Hey guys, so this video is on the chain rule, and this is my favorite rule because it is probably the most important one we're going to do in all of AP Calculus. So this applies to any type of function, and it applies to functions within functions. So I'll explain what I mean by that here in a second. But here is why it's important. So notice I have this function y equals -4 times negative x squared plus 5x to the 5th power. So what I could do based on what I know right now is, let me get rid of this line here, is I could rewrite this whole thing as, f times, can I get rid of that line? There we go. As x squared plus 5x times x squared plus 5x times itself 5 times, right? And then I could multiply it all out together and get y equals like -4x to the 10th plus blah 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 blah. And I don't want to do that because my time is valuable, and I'd probably screw it up anyway, right? So that is not the move in this case. The chain rule in this case is going to make our life way easier. So the chain rule says that if I have y equals, we'll say f of u of x. F of u of x. So f of u of x is a composition, right? So it's f is a function, and then whatever's inside it is also a function, right? So it says that then y prime is equal to f prime, so the derivative of f of u of x still. So we take the derivative of the outside, and then we multiply it times the derivative of the inside. So it's the derivative of the original function, with the inside staying the same, times the derivative of the inside. I had a teacher once that taught it as, if you have y equals f of blah, this may or may not be helpful. I found it helpful. Then y prime is equal to f prime of blah times blah prime. Okay. And now you're like, what in the world is he talking about? Let's do this first example, and it will become far more clear. So notice what I can say for this guy is I can say y equals -4 u to the 5th, where u is equal to -x squared plus 5x. Okay. So you guys probably see what I did there, right? I just took out that inside and called it u. I gave it a name, and then I rewrote y. Okay. So fair move. Now u prime, the derivative of u, I just follow the power rule. So -2x plus 5. So that's going to help us get to y prime. So y prime is going to be the derivative of this guy, this expression I haven't used, so -20u to the 4th, times the derivative of u, times u prime. Okay, so really that's -20 times x squared plus 5x to the 4th times -2x plus 5. Okay, so that's the chain rule, right? So the derivative of the outside function, which is -4 times something to the 5th, times the derivative of the something, right? So y prime. Okay, now is a good time to pause and see if you didn't follow that. If you did, we'll do a couple more here. So I'm going to use the same notation as before. I'm going to say y prime, for my second example here, is, well, first of all, I'll call y u to, right? And then u is the inside. And then u prime, I'm actually going to call it du this time. So du also means the derivative of u. The notation doesn't really matter here. 2x minus 5. Okay. Did I pick one that has the exact same inside? Pretty much, except for the sign, right? Okay. So y prime is going to be 3 times u squared du. And that's really y prime is 3 times negative x squared minus 5x. And then negative 2x minus 5. Let's not forget my exponent there. And that's it. So that's the chain rule. So again, we have the derivative of the outside times the derivative of blah. Right. Okay, we'll do one more challenging one. Eventually you get to the point where you don't have to write out like u equals and du equals, but it's good to help you when you're starting out. Eventually you're going to do it in your head like a lot of things in math, right? Particularly that u du, we're going to find that run into that same notation later in the year, so it's good that you get used to it now. Okay, one harder one now. It's really the same though, it's just a derivative using the power rule and the chain rule. So I can say y equals u to the negative 5/4, and then du, well, u is the inside, right? And then du 4x plus 4. And then power rule here, even though it's a negative fraction, I know. So negative 5/4 u, oops, negative 5/4 u, and then I subtract 1, so negative 5/4 minus 1 is negative 9/4, right? Because 1 is 4/4. So that's y prime du, and then substitute back in. So remember, u is my original inside, and force times 4x plus. Okay, that's all there is to it. For your assignment, you are going to do a few of these and then a few quotient rules, a few product rules. So make sure if you get stuck on those later ones, go back and watch the video from your second week 16 assignment. As always, good luck and let me know if you need anything.